Hey everybody, I just got back from seeing Good Boy, a movie written and directed by Ben Leonberg and starring Indy the dog, and I wanted to share my non-spoiler thoughts and review. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'll say that I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I don't think it was perfect by any means, but for what they had to work with, I think it's kind of amazing. Indy the dog is a amateur actor. He had no previous acting experience. If you stick around to the end of the movie, at the end they have a short feature that describes how they made the film, which was really cool. It was a nice little surprise thing at the end. Indy has no formal training or anything like that, and he's not a trained actor dog. So what they were able to accomplish with him is really quite amazing. It took them, I believe they said 3 years of filming to make the movie. It was just Ben Leonberg, his wife, and Indy the dog, and they just filmed it at this house. They were the only ones on set. Ben Leonberg also stars in the movie as Todd, who is Indy's owner, and he's going through his own circumstances, and he's dealing with these supernatural occurrences. Indy the dog is here just trying to do his best to figure out what's going on, help his owner the best he can, doing what most dogs want to do, which is to help their owner and, love their owner. There are very few humans or human interactions in this movie, and Indy does all of the heavy lifting. And his dog, that's never acted in anything before, just totally carries the entire movie, and he does a great job. But that's because of Ben Leonberg's direction and his dedication to making sure he got the right shots. It took a lot of work, and you see that in the featurette, and it's really amazing what they were able to do. Being a dog owner, this movie really hit for me. I think Indy's performance raised the bar of what the rating will be for me. I'll talk about that later. But my only complaints about this movie is that there was a lot of things going on that didn't get explained all the way, and so I had more questions at the end than I had answers. And in a way, it's sort of okay because we are seeing this from the dog's perspective. So, I mean, he doesn't really know the answers. So maybe that's the point. Maybe that's why we don't get all the answers to certain questions. How certain characters are related to the situation and what led up to these events. And a lot of that stuff isn't really answered. I don't want to get into too much detail about it. The movie has a few good jump scares that were really nice. The tension is strong. I like the way it was filmed, the cinematography. I like the quiet darkness. You could hear a pin drop in the theater at some points. It was everybody's so intent on watching what's happened. Now, I've seen comparisons to Skinamarink, which I would say that's a take. I don't agree with that. I guess some people might come away from this with that sort of feeling, but that movie was a drag and there was no answers. And that was like from the point of view of a wall as opposed to a point of view of a dog, which more people can relate to, at least, feel like they can relate to and feel like they have these emotions that connect with people. That's why dogs and people mesh so well together. So it was really neat to see this dog go through so much. But like I said, there was things I would have liked to seen maybe explained more, and that would be nice. But overall, for a low budget, no big name actors, no big name acting dogs, it's really incredible what they accomplished. I like these indie movies that, no pun intended, that kind of set a new standard of different things. I'm not saying it's going to be a standard, but it's definitely unique. I can't think of any film that's done something like this. And I really appreciate what they've done here on a cinematic, creative level. I think Ben Leonberg has a creative gift, and I like what he's doing here. I still haven't watched any of his other shorts yet, but I've heard that those are good also. So I'd like to check those out. I do think that if it's stuff like along these lines, I'll enjoy it quite a bit. There are a lot of really cool scenes with Indy where you're scared for him. There's scenes where, you don't want to see the dog get treated in a way. You don't want to see him in danger, so that just keeps you on edge even more the whole time. This dog's ability to emote is incredible. To be fair, when you watch the featurette at the end, you realize that most of the emotions you're seeing in him are being projected onto him by us because of the music and because of the atmosphere, whereas Indy really had no idea what was going on in that scene. So it's kind of neat to see that. In a way, I sort of wish I hadn't seen it right after the film, because it sort of takes away some of what you just watched. You go like, oh, okay, well, he had no idea what was going on. But I mean, it's okay, because it's a really cool featurette giving you a nice inside look into how they make films like this. And, the dedication for a passion project like this is really cool to see and see somebody talk about that. I mean, this movie meant a lot to him, and it shows. I think the final product is a great artistic piece. Yeah, so like I said, overall, I really like this movie. I would say I give this one 4 out of 5 monkey popcorn buckets, which is a good rating. And I like to see movies like this. I like to see unique stuff. I like to see stuff thinking outside the box, and this movie certainly does that. I think most dog lovers are going to like the movie, but I also think that people who like horror that doesn't rely on gruesome gore and stuff like that, but is more of an intellectual horror, I think those people will also be pleased, because that's what this movie offers. It's not a splatterfest or anything like that. It's a thinker, and you come away from it thinking, wow, what did I just see? And the more I've thought about it, the more I like it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Did you see the movie yet? Are you planning on going to see it? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? Did you think they nailed this one? Do you think they stuck the landing, or do you think that it just really didn't live up to your own personal hype? Let me know what you think, and have a great day, everybody.